Mr. Secretary, thank you for agreeing to appear before us today, and thank you, Chairman Griffith, for allowing me to wave on. Secretary Becerra, in March of 2022, the Foundation for Government Accountability submitted multiple FOIA requests to CMS seeking information on the enforcement of hospital price transparency rules. After CMS prolonged delay in complying, a court subsequently ordered CMS to produce all the required documents by April of 2023. Although CMS has provided nearly 2,000 pages of documents, I would like to raise two concerns. First, based on FGA's initial review of the documents, it appears that CMS is not adequately enforcing the hospital price transparency rule. Secondly, CMS is withholding over 38,000 pages of responsive documents, claiming trade secret exemptions. First, Mr. Secretary, can you tell us today what percentage of hospitals are in compliance with the price transparency rule?
Congressman, thank you for the question. It is an important subject. I apologize that I came prepared to talk about the unaccompanied children program. We could try to get, I asked my
Thank you, I would appreciate the follow-up. Do you feel that CMS has taken the appropriate and necessary actions to enforce this rule to date?
Congressman, CMS has been working very hard to implement any number of regulations and statutes that are now in place as a result of Congress's passage of these new laws. I can try to get back to you on
Thank you. I think that information is important. Would you agree that by withholding the documents that I mentioned above, that CMS is giving the impression that CMS is afraid of what the public might uncover through this FOIA effort?
Congressman, CMS has been working very hard to implement the different laws that are now in place that Congress has passed. I can try to get back to you.
Thank you. I think revealing that information would be definitely so important when we're dealing with an issue such as transparency. Further, on that topic of transparency, recent research conducted by the American Academy of Otolaryngology, the Head and Neck Surgery Foundation, has brought attention to significant price disparities between the average sales price and the prices charged by hospitals for certain cancer therapies. The study reveals that some hospitals are charging markups as high as 300% above the ASP for these therapies. We believe that it is imperative to address these issues to ensure fair pricing, transparency, and accessibility of medications for all patients. How do you plan to address this practice and ensure that patients are not burdened with exorbitant costs for life-saving treatments?
Congressman, we continue to move forward with the implementation of the very important price transparency law, as well as the No Surprises Act that you all passed that makes sure that consumers, patients, are not burdened with unexpected bills, that they have a chance to understand what their bill might be if they go into a hospital. I can try to follow up with you with any of those questions. I apologize that I came more prepared.
And I thank you. I think that you're addressing transparency with us in drug pricing, as recently mentioned, with questioning, is essential for patients. They need to have that transparency to make informed decisions, specifically regarding their medical care. What steps will you take to promote greater transparency in hospital pricing for cancer therapies to prevent excessive markups and ensure affordability for patients?
Congressman, we continue to try to make sure that we're implementing not just the letter of the law on price transparency, but the spirit, which means every American should be able to understand what the charge would be for the services they're about to get. No one wants to be blindsided. So we continue to implement. Obviously, as you know, as you stated, there are a lot of folks, a lot of stakeholders who don't like the law that you all passed, because that means they have to be more open and transparent. So we're going to continue to do the work. We look forward to working with you on that.
And I think to that endpoint, and I appreciate you offering to bring forth that percentage of hospitals that are in compliance with the transparency rule. I think as this committee works towards transparency, works towards access of the greatest therapies in America for these patients who are undergoing significant hardships as they face cancer therapy and cancer treatment. I thank you again, Secretary Becerra, for being here with us today. Mr. Chairman, once again, I thank you for allowing me to wave on, and I yield the remainder of my time.